Welcome back, guys! The show that here's to guide you, inspire you, and remind you that your struggles are not end of your story. They're the beginning of a transformation. And today we're talking about something that so many women face but rarely talk about: the early 30s crisis. Picture this, it's Friday night, you're scrolling through Instagram and all you see are engagement rings, baby announcement, career promotion, and exotic vacation. You glance at your life, same job, same apartment, no ring, no baby, and you feel like you're falling behind. Sound familiar? Well, let me tell you something. You're not alone, and more importantly, you're not falling. You're evolving. Today we're going to unpack the early 30s crisis, share powerful stories, and give you actionable tools to not just survive this phase, but thrive in it. By the end of this episode, I promise you'll walk away with new perspective, a sense of empowerment, and some practical steps to take back control of your life. I want you to introduce you to Clara. At 31, Clara had what most people would call a good life. She worked in the marketing at tech company, had her own apartment, and was surrounded by friends who loved her. But one night, after a long day at work, she came home, sat on her couch, and burst into tears. It wasn't because of breakup or a fight. It was the realization that she felt empty. Her job wasn't fulfilling, her friendship felt distant, and every time she thought about her future, all she saw was a blank page. That night, Clara realized that she was in a crisis, but she had no idea how to get out of it. This feeling of being stuck, lost, or behind isn't unique to Clara. It's something so many women in their 30s experience, but here's what I want you to remember: this isn't the end, it's the beginning of something new, a chance to rewrite your story. Here's some solution. 1. Pause and reflect. Like, take 30 minutes this week to sit with yourself and ask yourself these three questions. What do I truly want? What's holding me back? What's one small step I can take today? Have that little note and write your answers down. Sometimes clarity comes when you put a pen to paper. Number 2, change your narrative. Stop saying I'm falling, instead saying I'm learning. Like, stop saying all those negativity. Like, stop saying I'm behind instead of saying I'm on my unique path. Like, language do matter. Number 3, anchor yourself. Whether it's through journaling, meditating, or simply taking a walk in the nature, find a way to ground yourself daily. Believe it or not, but people be proving that nature do heal people. Pause this podcast for a moment. Answer this question honestly. What do you truly want out of your life right now? Like, write it down. Even if it's messy, this is the first step to clarity. Let me tell you about Sarah. At 33, Sarah was stuck in a job she hated. Every day felt like a grind, but the idea of starting over terrified her. She spent years building this career. She told herself, it's too late, I've invested too much. One day, during a meeting, her boss asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Sarah froze. She didn't see herself in the company or even in the same industry. That question was her wake up call. It was time to make change. Sarah's story is a reminder that it's never too late to start over. Your career is just one chapter of your life, not the whole book. And if that chapter doesn't feel right, you can write a new one. Here are some solutions for your career clarity. 1. Audit your happiness. Rate your career satisfaction from 1 to 10. If it's below 7, it's time to dig deeper. Ask yourself, what excites me? What drains me? And what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Number 2. Take micro risks. Sarah didn't quit her job overnight. She started taking weekend courses in graphic design, a field she always loved. Those small steps eventually led her to dream career. Number 3. Network with intention. Reach out to people in field that you're curious about. You'll be amazed at how many people are willing to share advice or opportunities. Thinking about one skill you've always wanted to learn, take the first step today, whether it's researching a course, signing up for a workshop, or simply watching a tutorial online. Anna was 32 when her parents started asking, when are you gonna settle down? She was single and happy, but every family gathering felt like an interrogation. She started questioning herself. Am I behind? Will I ever find someone? The pressure became so overwhelming that she started avoiding family events altogether. Anna's story is all too common. Society tells us that by 30 we should have a ring on our finger, kids on the way, and picture perfect life. But here's the truth. Your worth isn't defined by someone else's timeline. Solution for this relationship anxiety. 1. Define your own timeline. What do you want in a relationship? Write it down and remind yourself that it's okay to go at your own pace. Number 2, find fulfillment in yourself. Anna started focusing on her passion, painting and volunteering, and found joy in her independence. Number 3, set boundaries. It's okay to tell loved ones, I appreciate your concern, but I'm happy with where I am. And then they might be like our parents or our aunts, but we have to, set boundaries and tell them what you mean, what you actually really feel. Rediscovering joy. My friend Emily once said, I don't even know what makes me happy anymore. She'd been so busy, living for others, her boss, her family, her friends, that she lost touch with herself. So we made a patch every week. She'd try something new just for fun. She started dancing again, something she hadn't done since college. Slowly her spark came back. And here's the solution for rediscovering joy. Number 1, reconnect with your passion. Think back to what made you happy as a kid. Start there. Was it painting, writing, playing sport? Give yourself permission to explore. Number 2, embrace playfulness. Don't be afraid to be bad at something new. Joy comes from experience, not the outcome. Number 3, celebrate small wins. Every step forward is a progress, no matter how small. Celebrate yourself. Pause for a moment. What's one thing you've always wanted to try, but never made time for? Write it down. Now commit to doing it this week. Your 30s crisis isn't dead end, it's a turning point. You're not behind. You're on your unique path. Remember Clara? She didn't fix her life overnight, but she started small, journaling, exploring her passion, and setting boundaries. Today, she's happier than ever. Not because her life is perfect, but because she learned to embrace imperfection. Today, choose one step from this episode and take action. Whether it's journaling, trying new hobby, or setting a boundary, remember, you have the power to change your life. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated, share it with a friend who might need it. Together, let's break free this drive.